Alright, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to Hey You Maps. We're on part 4 of this jungle map for the VIP series. Really excited. We're getting really close to being able to test this map. I've actually got Team Fortress 2 running with some bots on it right now, which we'll talk about and get to really soon here. But for anyone new to it or haven't caught the last 3 parts, we're building a map from the ground up for the VIP game mode. So far it's just a 2-point map with a spawn, first point and a second point. And I've actually done a little bit of work between last week and this week. I need to fix that there, it's driving me nuts. But on trying to get this to a better place to where we can kind of play test this. And there's a lot of ugly stuff in here right now, which is completely fine because the whole idea is really just proving out the concept for the layout of the map. And we've sewn together this first point, or I have done a little bit of work here, and now have sewn that into the second point, and everything's constructed. There's a lot of stuff missing right now, like I don't have proper spawn doors on, which is fine for these bot tests that I'm about to do. In fact, you can kind of see the makings of those there. And then the first point, also the same problem, but we're going to go ahead and jump in. Today it's set up for just kind of normal CP mode. I was told the bots don't completely work for VIP, although very close to working, and somewhat work. So we're going to pop that in here soon, but I want to get players in there as soon as possible just to get that testing. So we'll get that tested as much as we possibly can. But in the meantime, I find in these early series we can bypass a lot of the annoying crap that players find in those early levels by just testing with bots. And I can find natural flow and ways that are going. So let me jump in. Actually have a test going. Got I think 20 different bots here, so you can see the layout here leading up to the first round. I wonder where my team is. There's really a few different options. There's I have considered building an underground route here. I think I'm going to take that out for now and just kind of leave that as a secondary option. There's a way to get in. We have our kind of entrance in here that's cut down snipe lines, and then one path up, there's also a path up I kind of hate this right now, but just trying to test it out. Small little arena here, it's actually decent size of it. This actually takes longer to get to the point than it did during the last session. Kind of hit the bots always bunch up, so you gotta get away from these bots as soon as possible if you really want to get like a real view of the I also find I have to just make all the major pushes on these bot tests too. So, but anyway, I'm not really sure about this cubby here. Ooh, there's the problem there. This bots can't get out the door. So, really can't get a good proper test here without that.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Let's see here. So I compile that. I actually want to change a few things. Let's get this out of here. If you want to yank these out, do all this again. Some weird flaps here, too. I'm going to trust that the bots aren't going to try to cheat too much for now. I wonder if they're having the same problem with that one too. Who knows? So maybe let's get this out of here too. And I'm actually going to let's close this down. Yeah, I might reserve kind of an underground route just wasn't really sure, like, where do you lead this to, type thing. Just, I don't know, I guess something could pop up out from here. Just seems a little unnecessary, and then adds to a lot of the convolution that's going here. It's really the goal is get players down, out. There's no signs in here now, but my hope is to draw players' eyes to kind of any of these exits are fine. You know, they see that A is there. Obvious you can't get up here, you know, but ultimately they're all going to lead you out here, which is great. So we're going to recompile this for bots here in a second, but I kind of want to do something really quickly. One, I've officially put these two as death hits. I think in a session after this, I'm going to focus on things like clipping, signage, and adding in the VIP script, and then adding in the death script signs and doing a double check on the lighting. Today I've got a short list of stuff, like fixing up some of these spawn rooms potentially, but now we're going to add an not much, what I feel like is much needed upstairs area. I'm going to make this a little more bridge-like, though. Ooh, what did I do? Man, the worst at fat fingering stuff. Okay. Great. So let's make sure that's a funk detail. I haven't focused too much on funk detail updates, and I probably should do that. A quick optimization pass. Let me add that before the first test, although I'm not too worried about this costing too much right now. But anyway, I've had an idea with this building in particular that it could be two-story. I kind of want to test this stupid little entrance here. I really want to lead players back over here, but I think it's fine if they come in and then go this way. It could be an option as well, which is fine. Just kind of weird nook or corner there, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to do this now, which is building a little upstairs area, which would have a couple of things. One is a kind of an open area that maybe has a little bit of a balcony out, not too far. I do not want the players to be able to snipe this way. I am okay with like a blue player maybe sitting here and sniping out that way. So that's probably the limit there. Probably have to tuck this ceiling in a little bit due to that, which is fine. So let's get started on that. So I did run some bot tests in this earlier, although I'm now questioning how many of them got stuck. And I think this layout's actually going to do okay for this mode, but I have no idea until I actually run it. Let's say something like that, and then we don't want anyone sniping down that way, so let's just say something like that. And we need to figure out how players get up to the second story. I would say this is kind of dead space here, so the other thing too is if red is coming into the first point, we don't want them to get lost and go, hey, what is that thing up there? And they get up there, and then, you know, it's ultimately a dead end. So we need to hide this from view from that way. So one of the ways to do that is one, making a hallway, most likely. And I'm wondering, this thing is probably not as far out as it should be either. Oof, boy. Okay, so there's some consideration because we don't want to. I don't know if any stupid players would do that, but there's some consideration with not running players back out this way, because that could happen too. Because there's a player like, but hopefully you just go, oh, that's where I just came from. So why is this? You might ask, why is this stupid hallway so stupid and long? It's because I really want people that first round to kind of come down and around this way, which is leading me to wonder now if maybe I need to cut some of this down. Great, I can fix this now finally too. This could be interesting here, just kind of keeping that up. I really hate these early stages, like how open some of this stuff looks, and my first instinct is to just like throw a bunch of crappy props everywhere. It's like, why do that? So as I've gotten older and I've done this a lot longer, I just try to avoid the like prop spammy. I remember making CP Stony Ridge, CP Spooky Ridge, one of the Halloween maps, and I was a few of us working on it, and we all had that problem of just kind of prop spam everywhere. So that's looking a little bit better. Not so sure. Let's just delete that. I don't know. Maybe this is something like that. Okay. And we'll just try to lead players' eyes in over here. So let's do this quick, stupid little roof. Okay, so ADD is kicked in, as you can tell if you've followed any part of the series. We got way off track. So yeah, I gotta figure out this part up. I think I'm gonna cheat this wall a little bit, and let's see if this might be a view blocking wall. Some weird brushwork there, it feels like, but let's see. How can I cheat this in a little bit? Should probably span across first, and then just pull this back some. If I can hurry up and get this done, I can get this compiled again onto another bot test, hopefully. Probably my least favorite stuff to do is brushwork like this. Trying to having to fix and figure out. The figuring out part is fun for sure, but the fixing part, no thanks. It's just very tedious sometimes, but it's fun too. All right, let's grab a ramp. Like going super cheap with this, because who knows how many times I'm gonna have to move it. Makes me wonder if that was a funk detail, by the way. And cement. I kind of like that. That's a little hidden. This could be an option too. I hadn't thought about that. Another exit out through this way could make a lot of sense. But again, the fear is the fear is players coming up on red during that first round, kind of seeing that. So it could be something too, or I just close a door on it. I don't know. Who knows how this gets solved for. Alright, one problem is this second story over here is just too high. So let's shrink this down. And then all of this is way too big. Again, 192 is the kind of average two-story that I found. Perfect. So yeah, very soon. So you can tell clipping, all this stuff's missing right now. No issues testing with bots without that type of stuff, but major issue testing with players. So, like, why is this so weird here? That's why. This ramp. It's just like, you know, it could be. This is where I've often mapped post geyser. Kind of like, man, those geysers were just. It's so easy to just send someone up without having to build in a ramp or stairs. It was very nice to like getting to cheat for one map in a few spots. So I've missed that. Yeah, at some point in time I'm going to get to actually testing this this with bots tonight. Okay, well, let's just leave it like that. And actually did not do the math on that right, so great. Saw this down again. that was kind of interesting. I've like used to watch the Walking Dead series when I was younger, and I kind of gave up on it, probably like a lot of people. After a few seasons, it just kind of got really redundant. But I started watching this new series with Daryl, and I think I'll make this a little bit longer. And or it takes place in France, and whatever version that I have like does not subtitle, which I appreciate. So 40% of it feels like it's in another language, and it's like great. Like, don't really need it because they did such a good job. I mean, it's a zombie show. Like, what other information do you need? But they did a really good job with like not making you need. This feels really tight here, by the way. Not making you need subtitles. So, like questioning if like you could even learn another language if they did more shows like that, kind of forcing you to kind of learn the language. Anyway, all right, cool. Let's put a light back in there. This is not exactly what I envisioned, because I kind of wouldn't mind something that maybe overlooks like this way, but creates this weird kind of sight line that's unnecessary for blue. It's more to create secondary drop off for them. So there's where all those lights went. So I don't know if that's all messed up. No, good. So I don't know if I should build that in or not. It feels like a long jog too. This is maybe a little better. Although what it does, the idea was I was like, hey, there's like really no turtling station as it stands. I'm gonna just rip a big play out of Gorge, unfortunately, and put probably a spawn room up here to drop down on this, somewhere up here. I'll figure that out later. Just not really sure where else to put the spawn at this point. I had thought about over here, you know, this is a potentially okay spot, but players want to go right when they come out of spawn, and so that's kind of weird. You really want people to go straight, so this was the initial thought, but there's just not a lot of room here. I could take people down from below and out, which is also weird and not ill-advised due to spawn camping. So yeah, sadly I think I'm just gonna like take literally rip that out of spawn Gorge and run up forward spawn out of there, because it is quite a bit of a jog. Otherwise it feels very long to the second point, and based on some of the findings so far, they've said that it needs like a shorter run. So I'm just gonna put another rock over here just to fill a little bit of space. Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay. Pull that one out of the crown a little bit. And then let's still this thing. So if you caught one of my last sessions, I am kind of distincting, what word is that? I'm showing where the rocks are going to be by this gray texture on these brushes over here. So all that will be like displacement type rock, potentially waterfall. There was supposed to be a lot more water built into this map, which is there's not water that you can go underground, but more just kind of knee-high water like you see here in this beginning area. I want more of that. So there's some here naturally and over there. Oh good, I did run that all the way across, good. But not a lot. This is also a very weird vertical thing, so you might want to think about even, I think I'm going to do this just because I gotta block this somehow. Let's just put a brush here and bring this down. Could even be interesting to have like something scouts could jump, you know, from here to there type thing. Soldiers, whatever. My hope was to have some hippos down here. There's also a death pit over here, just a super small one. That doesn't make any sense right now. There's like no water down there, so I gotta fix that. I'll add that to the list. So, so yeah, let's get back to this before I get too ADD again. Oh boy, wrong side. Something like that, maybe. Although, that is not exactly what I wanted. So the idea was to block some sight lines over here. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure that's going to stay open people to jump on. Most likely not, but at least it doesn't look so just this, although not a bad thing, like in Team Fortress 2 especially, like to have a what would you call that, a horizontal sight line. Vertical, yes, horizontal like that, not so horrible. Which, I mean, you literally can see from one side of the map to the other, so if a sniper was able to get up here unnoticed, they would just go berserk on anyone walking through that line. So problematic, although it would take a long time for a sniper to get over there. But I think I'm gonna pull this out one more and maybe make this roof not look so stupid. Oh, God. There we go. All right. It may be something too where this is like a bridge over in here to go in and around would probably make a lot more sense than the way I have it set up now. Okay, so we got that built, and I've gotten distracted with enough stuff, so let's pause this, save it. I think I'm going to have to compile the whole thing again, actually. Let's do this. It's going to be a little bit better, faster. So, currently calling the name Jungle Love. I have no idea why. That is not going to be the name of the map, but what will be the name is one of 3 potential names, though I haven't gotten any kind of response whatsoever, so they might suck. Generally fine with names. You just kind of have to name something and go with it, because you'll spend all day long just trying to come up with a name for something. So those 3 names are, and let me know in the comments if you have any strong opinion about this, but 3 names for the map. Again, it's going to be jungle themed, and 2-point map for the VIP mode. Thick brush. Hopefully trees really covering a lot of the light coming in eventually. Want a lot of water coming through. Naturally some rock, and could see moss, vinage, a lot of vinage. And then the hope was, built within that excuse me, is these kind of undiscovered ruins that maybe the red team has discovered and is doing something with that. I don't know. I'm never really that great at this part, but and something around that. So there's a lot of themes, from ruins, forest, and jungles and stuff like that. So the 3 names that I am leaning towards are Platoon, Hidden Ruins or Lost Ruins, something with ruins. There's been, I think, 3 maps named Ruins so far. I checked on Team Fortress 2 maps, and none of them really finished it past alpha, like got to very early stages. In fact, I downloaded one of them just to check it out. Haven't had a chance to yet, but really curious, what they did with that. And the third one is Sunvale. So the realm of, to explain each one of them, actually, Platoon will be, my favorite band is Jungle, the band Jungle, and they have a song. Their very first song that they produced was called Platoon, so I thought that was kind of interesting and fitting for VIP. And then a little bit in the realm of Platoon, the movie, although some people are probably going to hate me for this. I've never actually seen the movie that I can recall. Just not really my type of thing, those types of movies. But that was the thought behind that one. And then just the ruins in the end. The map should really probably be called VIP Ruins at the end of the day. And then the Sunvale comes from, as I mentioned, I hope that there's like enough just kind of things covering everything all over the place with keeping the sunlight out. Although Sunvale feels very like beachy, and I don't know if that's the vibe I want to go for, so it's kind of far third right now. But as mentioned, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments. If you feel like any of those have a name. It's just really hard to name stuff now due to like everyone coming up with maps on Team Fortress 2 maps. My computer's freaking out. Barely. 1 second. Alright. Yeah, I think Compile Pals is going nuts. So, as I mentioned earlier, I did play around to this and had a lot of fun on this part here. I'm thinking about potentially opening this wall up. I didn't realize how thick it is, though. Crap. I thought it'd be interesting if this wall kind of poked through a little bit. Although I thought it was razor thin. It is not. I could make it razor thin. But I thought it'd be interesting if it was like a little raised to where red team could kind of sit up here, you know, and kind of come over here and attack that. But now that I think about it, that could be bad. Kind of want to force that out. This was also interesting too because the other team. Oh, here we go. The other team was. Pyros were pushing players off into the death pit, and that little ledge seemed to save some of the players, so I liked that aspect. Then I did notice some of the bots actually sneak through that front route, which is something I didn't really expect. So appreciate anyone that's joined today. So far, let's get this going. I feel like I had... there it is. Love that engineer song, especially the engineer video. Meet the engineer. I forgot how that goes. At one point in time, I feel like I had perfected my engineer voice pretty well. But it's like really hard to tune into. There's a documentary that the guy does. Sounds just like the engineer. Alright, here we go. Let's go with blue and... It's just me. I can never outboard something bots. That was a problem. I could easily copy it over those doors. I don't know why I didn't do that. Just rename them. So, we'll do our best to get a read on this here. Usually they just stand there. Engineer's just going to get in there.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So, I should say that this spawn room needs just a crap load of work before it can go live. The rule is you cannot spawn where another team can shoot at you. That is just blatantly being broken. So, I'm going to have to figure out how to redo this spawn room to do that. Not going to be a problem.
Mission begins in 30
For
seconds.
this spot test, I really wanted players to over here, but so also might be wise for me to kind of turn this. Something feels weird.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Could be interesting if that door kind of went out at 45 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Make sure that these guys can get out of here. Hopefully red got covered. I love how like the bots will not pick up health. So this was designed, Blizzard of Oz was saying that this was designed where you guys cannot super zoom. So that's the idea behind this ledge. It's not really crazy powerful at this point in time. You can see red cannot run all the way around. probably not far enough around for now, so I really should force red to run, so I'll make that update. I'm curious how. That spawn door needs to be shifted out, probably. So weird, I'm not really that shouldn't have happened. At about this point is where during the last spot test I go, yep, I need a forward spawn. Like I had already felt how far it feels to run from one end to the other. Even the way that the bots are running on this is hard. This climb in I really like. Just gonna need this natural route out. This might be a little too excessive. Excessive? What's the word? Excessive. But that's the idea behind this drop here is to make it a little bit tough for that. Lost my damn egg. So I do everything how I'm playing. That's why I do this. Again, I hate to make players go through. Oh, you're not leaving me alone. Jeez. Feels very over, which is kind of really what I want for the second point. But I don't, that's going to change probably as a forward spawn comes in. But it feels like there's enough routes to suffice kind of what is needed for this play mode. So I don't know about this route. There's a lot of question marks that I have, which is fine. Like that's again what the playtests are for, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist and at heart, so you kind of want this first playtest to be like as right on as you can. It really feels like there should be like a Machi right there, statue or something, but I really think it's what I like about this is it feels like I hope to get Julius in or the monster in that you have to lock down all angles of this map to be successful in holding it down. So I probably have to play the right character. You break the map from Julius is not such a bad thing. One crew comes in from this side. Excuse me, God. Another crew comes in from the other side. Kind of takes the whole thing over. One question mark I've had is, should this back route be accessible by everyone? play one more time as red, just to see what that experience is like. As you can see, there's no spawn doors, they're very invisible. So not quite ready for a test, and then there's some bad snipe lines here and there that I've got to fix up. No clipping whatsoever. I can literally walk out there, walk wherever I want to.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Thanks for the aid.
I don't know which one of these is faster to get through. Probably this one, maybe. It's probably a sniper walking around here somewhere.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
I feel like in these maps, these first areas sometimes get a little, like, unused. This is what I call negative space here. It's kind of, like, will get used occasionally, but very, very
Mission
rarely
begins
will it
in
ever get
10
used.
seconds.
It creates opportunity
5,
for
4,
randomness.
3, 2, 1.
I'm kind of stuck up now.
Alert! The control point is being contested. Alert! The control point is being captured.
I almost want them to capture this. B runs. It's not a pretty good idea. It's caps really fast. This is probably your best chance. I might need to be wise if I build in like a little room here. Yeah, so that could be restructured a little bit better. So yeah, that to the list. Front will be list. As you can see, basically taking it just fine. Not the play mode, but alright, let's see how B runs.
Thanks for the aid. Stand on the point. Thanks, Doc. Hey, thanks, Doc.
Yeah, good job, everyone. Just
Thank you, Herr Doctor.
So I've been questioning this little thing here. I really like this thing. I think that's probably a good idea. Watch, it's gonna be complete disaster. one big building. The problem is it's supposed to be jungle theme, so like, am I gonna make rock out of this? Probably some kind of no idea. Figure out how to do that. I don't really depend too much on kind of rock walls at this one time. This really feel like, yeah, I don't think there's much more reason to kind of hold back on this. I need to get all the new game mechanics in here and test it from there. So. My plan, if anyone's been watching this all the way through, is to just keep posting these until the map's completely done. It motivates me to like actually work on the map. Just thought it'd be interesting if someone wants to see what a map looks like, start to finish. Scratch my head there. You know, they can see that. So if you have any questions ever in the comments, just let me know. Happy to answer anything that you might have. Could work as a control point map too. Seems like, and unique enough. So I'm kind of happy about that. So yeah, I need to get these spawn rooms probably updated next, and then that list of stuff. And then I'm not going to do much more of that upstairs balcony area. We got to get the blue Ford spawn and...
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
And probably not over question too much more of this stuff in here.
Mission begins in 30
I'm not
seconds.
sure this area is right yet. I haven't seen anything like this yet. I don't know if it's like Mercenary Park like, or what the deal is. It's kind of funny that they're careless in there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's there. I want to keep playing this, but I need to get this up and running so we can actually play it with real players. I'm gonna do a little more work on this today. Alright, what did I say? Yeah, let's do that. So as mentioned, there's not a really great like Ford spawn area right now. I think there might be a need to kind of like observe this area as red. So I think I am going to build in something here that does that. I hate these types of incisions, but that. Try to get that going. All right, so a few things. going to do two things here. One, we're going to set up a front engineer room for them to kind of come into. I don't know if I'm going to make it kind of pass, like a pass through. There's also an opportunity to just make this all bigger. I just start there. Tell us a little prop spam I started to do. So yeah, there might be an opportunity here to one, open up a balcony. Type area. I will just take this. Perfect. Not really sure if that's in the right spot, but this is the type of stuff I love to discover. It's like, oh, you know, this thing should be here. And then 2 versions later, I take it up. Usually. No, I'm kidding. Who knows if this stays or not, but feels like there's a need to kind of keep this area in check a little bit. You know, this flank feels just a little too strong right now. And I think the question is how do you let blue kind of have a forward area? You know, maybe that's over here. I don't know if it's under these things, just like not far enough from spawn, but question is can players jump to that now? And I would say no. Does feel like it needs like a doorway out here. Oh my gosh. How many things am I going to click on? So I'm thinking through, I'm like, do I put a wall, you know, do I put a door here, wall, door here? Do I box in a little room? Do I, these are probably gonna get moved, but do I just put a wall here with one door there. And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Really doesn't make a ton of sense to indent this, because that was a thought I had. And then it's just kind of weird here, I gotta say. Not sure what my thinking is there, but I don't know. These are probably going to get moved. The placement of ammo and health, I generally find I just have to play it and go, oh yeah, that get it's those moments of frustration that you experience of kind of going like, I really need health here. So that feels thin. It also feels like maybe the health and ammo should be here. But I kind of wanted to make it where blue had to get a little bit exposed to get out here and get to that type of thing, or you know, they're even forced to get up here. So you know, and maybe I leave it open right now. Like it could be just like a little too convoluted otherwise. So I don't know. I think in any case there needs to be a barrel. Of some sort. What do we go with? A yellow barrel. Sure. Just a little bit of something to cover blue if they do want to like tuck a teleporter in here. So I think it's kind of dumb to just, now that I'm seeing this for the first time. Just have one there. I'll need to put overlays in there at some point. I was just trying to get that to bot testing. Alright, good. Kind of happy with that. Feels like a lot of I don't know, unnecessariness. Might have to do this thing, actually. Probably. Let's make it not solid. I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's Sign, hopefully. Yeah. Oh no. I am curious what it'll look like with that A sign on it though. But I think that's ugly, but will work for now. It doesn't even make sense. Just like, what? What are you attached to? It's okay. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, so again, forward spawn will probably be here, I guess. It's gonna be tight in a bad way. I was wondering if this was a traditional payload, what would have the cart path have been? You know, like something like here, probably up through the middle. And I actually think the map is not designed for that, so it would have sucked for that. Which is why I think it's going to work really well for this VIP. Alright, we might have to close up shop there. I think I'm on my personal time. I'm going to do a little more cleanup. I'm going to get the VIP mode and probably need some help from the crew. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but if I do, I'm going to reach out. And do all the last minute things. The spawn cleanup is really big, so sorry if anyone is looking for like how do you do spawn setup. Go to Crash's videos. Like that's definitely the place to go. TeamFortress2Maps.net, stuff like that. If you're brand new to you're just catching this video for some reason. But I am going to do that later because I'm starting to fall asleep. But appreciate anyone that watched this all the way through or has been watching this series through so far. We'll catch you next time, and hopefully we are ready for a VIP test with Team Fortress 2 Maps or on Crash's server. So thanks again. See you next time.